Hello, Sophia here again, and we are back to Excel tools for investments. Now let's look at various calculations that we would make if we can input some numbers in formula. So in other words, we would need to substitute the given values in the formula and perform the calculations. So let's first look at the keyboard. For mathematical operations, here are the keys in the keyboard, and for example, for raising to the power, you would press 6, but not just 6. First you press Shift and then 6. Let's try this. Shift 6, and you got the operation of raising to the power. Then to multiply, we press Shift 8. Shift 8. And we get this little star sign. That's multiplication. To open and close parentheses, we press Shift, open parentheses, which is 9, and Shift, close parentheses, which is 0. For minus, we do not need Shift. We just press minus. For Enter. For plus, we do need Shift, so press Shift plus. For equal sign, no need to press Shift, just press straight equal sign. And for division, we also do not need Shift, just press divide. Excuse me, in this cell. Divide. That's the key with the question mark sign. So now we know how to input operations. Let's look at this formula. Right now it doesn't matter what it means. All we need to know, or all we need to be able to do, is correctly substitute these values into this formula and be able to input all the operations accurately and correctly. So here are the right answers, and if the calculation that we have here is the same as this answer, so we're doing really good. So let's try to do this. In order to calculate anything, we need to use equal sign. So highlight the cell, left mouse click on a cell, then press equal sign, and then start writing the formula. Shift parenthesis open, then value T1 minus value T0. So here it's C81. Then press divide sign and divide all this by T1. Yeah, we get the right result. So then we can actually copy this formula. How we do it? We highlight the cell, right mouse click on it, press copy, then left mouse click on the other cell, press this paste option, the paste option with formula sign. Yeah, we get the right result again. Let's go back to this formula. This is a very easy formula, it's just a ratio. So let's do it here. Equal sign CA value divided by CL value. Enter. And that's correct. And now we don't have to copy it the way we did, like press copy and everything. There is an easier way. Let us just grab the cell here on the right down corner. There is a little dot. Here it is. When we put cursor on it, it's gonna be a cross. Then we left mouse click and hold and drag it to the adjacent cell. You see, the formula is copied. Let's go further. Now we need to find B equals sign, parenthesis open, earnings per share, okay, it doesn't matter what it is right now, minus dividends per share, parenthesis close, division sign, divided by earnings per share. If we have such a big long number with many decimal places behind the dot, behind the point, we go up here and there is a little icon with an arrow pointing to the right, and we click it the number of times that we need to remove that number of decimals. If we need to leave only 2 decimals, we're gonna click this button till we have only 2 left. And again, we just drag it to the right and copy the formula. They were supposed to be here. We can also just copy them and paste them here. These are the right numbers. Let's continue. This little formula, also very simple. Equals sign, D1 divided by, parenthesis open, R minus G. And G is hiding here. So which cell is G? 101, C. C101. Enter. Many places after decimal. Let's just make it shorter. Go to our icon here and press the number of times we need to remove the number of decimals. So it's 50. And let's just copy 67. So maybe this is a little bit more complex, but definitely we can do it. Equals sign, parenthesis open, D5 divided by D1, parenthesis close, then shift, and then we press the exponent key, shift parenthesis open, 1 divided by 5, shift parenthesis close, minus 1. This is a decimal form and our answer is in percentage. If you'd like to convert it into percentage, you simply go up here and press percent. So 6%. If you need 1 decimal place more, then you click on this button. And again, we just copy this formula to the nearby cell and get the right answer. Wow, this formula looks a little bit complicated, but in reality it's very simple. Let's do this one. Expected return equals a risk-free rate, this plus beta multiplied by expected return minus risk-free rate, so the whole parenthesis, and this whole parenthesis is already calculated and it is 7%, so we don't really need this parenthesis, we can just multiply it by 7. So in the mathematical expression, multiplication takes a priority, so Excel will first calculate this part and then add C13 to it. And yes, we get 5.5%, remove unneeded decimal places, and let's copy the formula. 5.4. Now a few interesting Excel commands that are needed for calculating future values, payments, mortgage payments, the amount we can borrow from a bank, the amount of money we would have in the retirement account. So I will explain it later. Let's just evaluate the formula. So we will just try to get the right answer here. just by putting everything in correctly, just using Excel. That's our goal right now. Equals sign, present value. We see the, not to be mistaken, let's left double click with the mouse on PV, and we get a prompt right away which values to put first, second, third. So the first one is rates. Here's our rate. Then we have comma, number of periods, comma, payment. We'll use negative payment. Doesn't matter right now, let's just say minus. Close the parentheses and press enter. Yeah, and we get the same amount, so we did everything correctly. I would just write here, use negative sign before the payment. Let's go further. Now let's find future value. It's almost the same, only the arguments are a little bit different. Equals sign, future value, parentheses open, rate first, then number of periods, then payment, again with a minus, enter. Wow, that's a very long number. It means that it has something behind decimal place. Let's reduce it. We got the right answer. Let's continue. Payment. Equals sign, payment. Click on the payment and we have a prompt here. Rate, number of periods, present value. And here we will use present value with a negative sign. Long number, let's reduce it. Yes, $1,000. So I would suggest here, copy, use negative sign before present value. And our last command, number of periods, and it already gives us a prompt. So rate, payment, present value. Yes, 180. 180. That's all correct. As you see, it's very easy, and I hope you really learned this. Thanks for watching.